Robby Soave is here to help us unpack this. Thanks, Robby, for being here. I think everybody agrees there's real harm. I think that nobody pretends that social media and constant online presence is an absolute, pure, maybe not even a net positive. Depression, suicide, whatever it may be, and it particularly impacts young people. So what should we do? Is legislation the answer, Robby?
I just don't think it is. And you're absolutely right to call attention to some of the harms associated with too much social media use. I absolutely think parents should feel empowered to limit their kids' social media use, particularly if they're not using their smartphones responsibly. Take them away before they go to bed, for goodness sake. Let them get a good night's sleep without, waking up and staring at that light that comes off the screen. But that's very different from saying the federal government should have a one-size-fits-all policy for all young people in the country. That would essentially make the federal government the parent. And I think parents ought to be able to make this decision for their own families. I'm sure there are some kids who are mature, who are using social media to actually learn news, to stay up to date with homework and that kind of thing. You can find our news sources. You can find Fox on YouTube and other places shared on social media. I don't want to totally close them off from that world because a couple members of the U.S. Senate suddenly decided that was a good idea. That seems far too sweeping to me.
Okay, so first of all, something has to be done. Something has to be done. I have kids. I have a teenager. There's a ton of social pressure, by the way. You feel ostracized if you don't have a smartphone and you're not on social media. So there's a ton of, and I agree with you, the impetus ultimately starts at least with the home, the family, the parents. But, I do wonder, is there not a way to alleviate some of the social pressure by saying, no teenagers on this thing right now. While I am always remiss to say the government has a solution, I'm also having a little hard time finding the downside, Robby. I hear you on news, but they could go to foxnews.com or whatever website they want. They don't have to scroll Twitter. So what's the downside in delaying someone, forbidding it, joining social media until they have a more developed mindset?
Well, I don't think we should pretend that just having a law that bans it is actually going to stop them from getting around this policy. In fact, many social media companies do technically have the policy. They're not supposed to be on it. What do we say to the idea that the government is going to be checking your age, you and I, and grown adults when they sign onto social media? I'm really afraid, maybe this is the crazy libertarian in me, but of giving the government more information on us. We've seen so much pressure brought from the FBI, the CDC, everyone, to social media companies that had really pernicious effects over the last few years, over the elections, over the COVID time period. And I'm really worried about what information, not just foreign governments, but our own government is collecting on us via social media. Would that make this better? I think this might actually make it a lot worse. And I do not trust whatever agencies are going to be charged with saying, well, you're responsible enough for social media, but not you. Seems worrying to me.
I think that's a great point. That is a great point. Who do you trust in the government to oversee anything, much less the growth of your child? But, I don't know. We have seen every single metric, negative metric, depression, suicide, whatever, skyrocket. About starting with a real strong correlation with the adoption of social media. Somebody needs to do something about this. Robby, great to talk to you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.